I'm so glad you want to learn another language. I truly believe that you are making the world a better place by doing so. Here's how I have been studying Spanish over the last year. The vast majority of my time is spent in conversation with people. I suppose there are probably academics or people that are really into, say, literature or films, and they just want to learn to appreciate a book or a movie in its original language. But for the majority of us, we're probably learning another language because we want to actually have conversations with other people. And so I think the vast majority, 70, 80% of your time, you should be talking with other people. In addition to conversations, there are things like looking at old textbooks, listening to podcasts, watching movies, doing flashcards that also help. Okay, so how do you find someone to converse with? Well, if you're one of the blessed on the earth and you have people who are friends with you and are willing to speak in their native language for, a few hours a week, then you should do that. But if you're not one of those people, then I recommend finding a language exchange website and finding a partner that way. I use the Mixer. I'm going to leave a link to it in the show notes. Basically what it does is that you tell the website, I speak this language, I'm looking to learn another language, and the other language is whatever. And then the website matches you up with other people that speak the language you want to speak and want to speak the language that you currently speak. The thing is that it should be fun. Whatever it is that you're doing in language learning, period, it needs to be fun. And in my experience, interacting with other humans is way more fun than interacting with software, algorithms, flashcards, books, things like that. And it's something that you're not going to learn in a few weeks, few months even, unless you have some sort of gift. After a few weeks, the newness and the excitement will wear off. And so you're going to need something to hold you in there. And having a language exchange partner is a relationship, and hopefully you value that relationship, and that will keep you progressing when otherwise you probably wouldn't. A couple of tips here for using a language exchange. The first one is, hey, be safe, right? You're online, don't reveal more personal information than you have to. Expect that 70 to, 80% of the people who you message to try to initiate a conversation relationship are going to ignore your message, okay? So don't be offended by that. The key to that is to send a message introducing yourself, initiating a conversation to like 20 or 30 people. So I said that the majority of your time should be with people, talking with them, but the other 20, 30, maybe even 40% needs to go to something that's going to teach you the grammar of the language and introduce you to vocabulary that you might not pick up when you're having a conversation. So you could start with textbooks. In the United States, every thrift store's got a couple of old Spanish books kind of lying around the shelf. You could look at eBay, you could go to Amazon. I also use digital flashcards called Anki, and if you have an Android, you can get it on your phone. I downloaded some ones that someone else had created, and that actually came with audio, so that was really nice. Not only do I see the words, but I also get to hear the words. Podcasts are another way of adding to your language learning. The nice thing about this is that you could be driving to work or you could be working out. You can listen to a podcast that's in the language that you want to learn. That's just a general, like a news podcast, say in Mandarin, or you could listen to a podcast that teaches you, say, how to learn Mandarin. I've been trying to learn Spanish, and so the podcast that I've used that has been somewhat helpful is Coffee Break Spanish. The guy who teaches that is very, very good, and he's kind of a language genius, and so he's got Coffee Break English, Coffee Break French, Coffee Break whatever. Music and movies, in my experience, I don't know that I've learned very much at all. Here's what I've especially realized does not work. Watching a Netflix movie with the audio in the other language that you're trying to learn with the subtitles in the language that you know. In my experience, that has gotten me a whole lot of nowhere. So I would not recommend doing that. There are a lot of software programs and apps out there that are supposed to help people learn languages. I haven't had any success with any of those. I've tried Rosetta Stone and I've tried a couple of the other free ones, and I don't think I learned hardly anything. But if they work for you, then obviously that's going to be great. You know, be pragmatic about it, whatever works. Well, hey, if you are learning a language and something that you are doing is working really well for you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments section. And if you are learning a language, I'd also love to hear what language you're learning, and I will cheer you on. So put a comment there. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.